A sentiment-breaking development has occurred. It's all about the Algorand chain. Today, we're going to break it down for you. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into Tech Path. Let's get going. I want to thank our sponsor, and that is iTrust Capital. This is a place where you guys can get started on your crypto IRA, and you can either do it from the very beginning, or you can transfer one in from an existing IRA. So it's very easy to set up. All you have to do is visit itrustcapital.com. You can get $100 in funding as a reward just to set it up there. Use our link down below. Check it out. Let's go over to a couple of points I want to hit on right here, and that is the topic of Algorand and FIFA. Now, you guys know, I'm sure you've heard the news, we'll talk about that, but this was a big deal. We did this video almost 3 years ago, over 2 years ago, Algorand and FIFA, the analysis, we broke it down. We've had Algorand on the show many times. The one argument that I've always had around the Algorand token and many of its projects is they were too slow. Marketing efforts were too slow in being able to get, when there's so much activity in the crypto markets. Now, you probably remember this picture right here. This, of course, is the FIFA chair, and that's Silvio himself, one of the leads over at Algorand, the guy who has created the idea of what Algorand really means. And behind Algorand's technology is very solid, but it gets down to narrative. And I think narrative is a thing that many companies in the crypto space have to be able to latch on to. And here's a good example, because this was just last week where they were still, boasting about the whole issue about the partnership with FIFA. Okay, granted, that's reasonable. But the reality is that we're continuing to see issues flowing in a lot of these partnerships. This, of course, was talking about, and one of the reasons that we really liked Algorand was obviously because of the FIFA partnership, but also this one right here, and that was the potential of decentralized ticket sales, among many others. I still think that's going to be a big market going forward. Now, whether Algorand's going to be involved in it, that's a real question. All right, one thing that you have to worry about, of course, is where the competition is coming from. This, of course, is Chili's and Socios. They also were launching the potential around ticketing, and they are also very connected to the soccer sector as well, which is another big factor that plays into this whole FIFA news. FIFA shifts its NFT platform now to a new Ethereum-compatible blockchain. That's the news. They're stepping away from Algorand, and that wasn't really with like a bridge or anything. They're just stepping away. It's like, I'm out of here. And they're going directly in, and they don't even care what ETH-compatible blockchain they're going to. That's how much of an impact it could have going forward. And I think when you look at that and this next clip, because this next clip will get into the whole issue, because this was going on during the summit. Remember the crypto summit where you had all those crypto heads in there? You had Trump in there and David Sachs. And then here comes FIFA. Listen to this. Take a look.
I show how beautiful the World Cup trophy is. Well, you go ahead.
So this is the new trophy of a new competition. As you can see, if I manage to do that. Yes. It's a bit tricky. It's not the stadiums, beautiful stadiums in 11 cities in the United States of America were. So if there is anyone here who is interested to team up with FIFA, here we are together with the United States of America, and we will conquer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That coin may be worth more than FIFA in the end. It could be quite a coin, actually.
You can kind of see a little bit cringe. I know the editors were having fun with that. Point being is he said a couple things in there. One, of course, is during that, whatever that was, the FIFA head was asking for partnerships right there in front of all these different crypto companies. And you had Trump even saying, hey, there's going to be a FIFA coin out there. So there was some clear, I think, indications that something was afoot going into this for sure. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit further because this is Sean Ford. He's talking about why business, remember, Sean Ford with Algorand, he was basically saying businesses don't like shifting blockchain. Take a look.
I mean, just amazing benefits that Algorand has versus, let's say, an Ethereum, which is still struggling, gas fees and so forth. And Algorand being very energy efficient, are they kind of knocking your door like, okay, we want to explore this and we want to test this out?
A lot of times businesses, especially ones that have a certain operating system, they're very reluctant to change because obviously there's risks associated with it. And
all right, so there are risks associated with those things, but for whatever reason, FIFA stepping away so abruptly is a big deal. Now, there may be a timing thing playing into this. Here's Miami-Dade commissioners that are giving an initial approval for another $10.5 million in extra World Cup funding. And I want to showcase something right here. This is happening down in Miami. They're going to have an economic impact similar to hosting 7 Super Bowls. That's what's coming into the World Cup arena, and FIFA, of course, is well known for that. Now, what does that mean? It means that I think FIFA is trying to line up and seize the moment. And of course, when you look at what's going on over on Avalanche, somebody back here on April 16th launched a FIFA blockchain. This is a layer 1 that's happening within the AVAX ecosystem. And it's not like this is being hidden. I mean, these are actually opened into the network. So you look at that and also the growth of these layer 1s. Could this be an indicator that we could see a shift on FIFA over to something like an Avalanche? Other things, if you look at Algorand in terms of core developers, from the peak, which was right around the time that this was going on, this partnership, to where they are now has really declined. So I think that had a big contributing factor to it. You look at a comparison to Avalanche, back from that same area around 21 and 22, it has been increasing in terms of total developers. All right, so interoperability is going to be one of those things that someone like FIFA is going to be, that's going to be paramount. It's going to be one of the key things they want. This is a good example right here with Guns Mainnet rolling out to its first 1,000 people. This, of course, is all on Gunzilla. If you guys haven't been following along, this is on the Avalanche ecosystem. And then, of course, Off the Grid is now officially verified on Opensea, which means all of these layer 1s are going to be available on Opensea and their NFTs. So all that's going to hit the marketplace. This is just to show you an example exclusive premiere Opensea weapon skin. This is, you know, the Gunzilla skins. If you guys don't know the game, Off the Grid. And again, all of this means collectibles, just like with FIFA. Remember, FIFA is also a game. All right, so remember Magic Eden. These guys are expanding to support Avalanche ecosystem as well. Let me go to this next clip, because this clip will get into a little bit more detail on where the FIFA CEO and how he wants to do it for young gamers. Take a look.
Many of the young generation, many of you know FIFA as well from the game, right? From the simulation game.
Sure.
Maybe in future we know FIFA as well for its cryptocurrency or for other tokens that we will elaborate together.
All right, so he had already started talking about this even back when he was talking with Silvio there, is that they were intending to launch some potential tokens. If you look at that along with what Mythical has been able to do, they are all also looking at where you need to create these game integrations, not just NFTs. Take a look at this clip.
Well, I think a lot of chain and tech companies would throw money to them to be like, just to try and get a leg in, you know, like they just needed something. And you see a lot of fractured attempts out there that everybody's kind of going everywhere, which is fine. I mean, that's great. Like, okay, cool, we got this and it's on this chain doing this thing. And we're like, we can't really do much with that. I mean, it's like the amount of work to make that interoperable would be very difficult. But I do think what we're seeing, the benefit is they have experimented, which is great. But I do think, like I said, I think if you start having a game like a FIFA Rivals that we're getting 100 million people playing, it does become a platform, right? So suddenly leagues can come in and run their own stuff and they can have their own Web3 initiatives, but it can become the basis of esports for different groups. It can become the basis of tournament structures or even Web3 strategies, right? Of how they want to deliver Web3 to their audience.
Yeah, so that is a big deal because it starts to affect a lot of these games, especially what he's talking about with FIFA Rivals. Here's 4 games that people are looking forward. Pudgy Party, which we know is going to come. Creeps is coming in right there, FIFA Rivals. And he is right. It will potentially create platforms, especially when you look at the leagues that could be around this and playing into this, because it is a global sport that has a ridiculous amount of fans and very rabid fans. So I think there is a huge opportunity. So the step away from Algorand is a big one. One thing on Mythical is that it's not just related to the soccer ecosystem. Here you have NFL Rivals. Obviously, the draft just happened this last weekend. This is going to open up a lot of opportunity. In fact, so much, they had an all-time high at 43 million in NFT sales volume. So you can see this, and of course, this is being connected to Polkadot. You can see how all of this is going to start really making its way into many of these organizations and only get bigger. Here's the CEO of Mythical talking about the potential. Take a look.
Madden on mobile is about 25 million players a year. NFL Rivals is already 6.5 million after 18 months. FIFA, though, the old FIFA mobile game in a World Cup year, 500 million players a year on mobile. FIFA Mobile during the World Cup 2022, it had 85 million daily players, more than Roblox, more than Fortnite. It was bigger than both those games.
Get that in your head, guys. More than Roblox and Fortnite. That's how big of an opportunity we could see. Polkadot Hub is also coming soon, enabling you to deploy smart contracts. This will be going into where we're going to see this on Ethereum. This again goes back to the point of FIFA saying we are going to choose or go into possibly multi-chain, I would think, in the sense of being able to just be in the Ethereum ecosystem. They understand that it has these huge opportunities. If you take a look at Algorand right now, from its height to where it is right now, I just don't know that this project is going to come back from this unless there is something big brewing in the Algorand ecosystem that we haven't seen. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that that's happening out there. And of course, if you're an Algorand holder, this is probably what you feel like right now.
Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled.
I can't. So I completely understand where the Algorand investors are right now. And it's not, we see projects like this that go down, don't come back. It happens in every cycle. The key here is narrative. It is sentiment. It is how partnerships are built and are they executed. That is the key for any project out there. So when you guys are selecting, not financial advice, those are the things you need to look for that are very, very interesting cornerstones that every project should have in its place. Get in on the Diamond Circle. If you're not there right now, it's a great place to get additional content from me. And hit me up on X, @Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.